Hey, great Saturday evening. It is a beautiful evening in the city of Brazil. And I was we were on this morning at 9 o'clock in the morning, and again, just go very quickly on it. Thank you all so much for your patience yesterday, last night at 9 o'clock. It is amazing how many messages that I received going like, "What's going on?" we uh, the show is not on, and a lot of individuals that again, thank y'all so very very much for tuning in and for being a part of all this, and thank you so much. And I explained this morning what I tried to explain. Yes, I still hear it. Still hear the echo. Yep. I explained in a post what I explained this morning, right before the show at 9 o'clock at night. Driving here to Castro Studios, we did receive word that my aunt had passed away, and it was at that moment, right before getting here, that I let uh, Frankie know. I actually let Carlos know as well. We're not going to have a show, and I want to thank you all again. Please, thank you all so much. I appreciate all the condolences. Thank you, Kimberly. Love you, Kimberly. Love you, Kimberly. Appreciate all the condolences. Appreciate all the well wishes. We are waiting to hear the final details in regards to what's going on. Very very difficult situation for our family. It's something that we're going to mention tomorrow at church, actually. So if you have the opportunity, Frankie, to be with us at church tomorrow, Frankie, at 10 a.m. in the morning, Frankie, is to come and join us at church. We will talk about it a little bit. I do preach on Sunday morning, so we are going to talk a little bit about what happened. But thank you again, on behalf of my family. Thank you. I don't know why Frankie is throwing his face up in the camera, but it's okay. Um, on behalf of my family, thank you so very much. On behalf of the Gomez family, thank you so very much. As we'll be keeping our community up to date in regards to the funeral services and all the whatnots. One thing that uh, the church is 1705 Kimberly, East Tyler Street, 1705 East Tyler Street. Anyone that wants to join us is more than welcome to come and join us. So as the just let us know if you opt to come and join us. We will take you out to lunch. Take you out to lunch. But again, it's guys, it's one of the realities that we live in. Coronavirus. And my aunt succumbed to became prey to coronavirus, and was very fortunate to live her last days, uh, last hours, uh, close to family. So thank you again to the community. As the and but one thing that we must go on, and I hate saying the show must go on because it's always in reference to a carnival, but we have to continue on, and this show must go on. And it's one of the promises that I've made, and we are going to continue on after this election. We are going to be here as long as y'all invite us into your homes in one way, shape, form, or other. As the only difference is that we will be bringing you all the inside backdoor information that they've tried to keep hidden from us during these past 6 to 9 months. You will know everything. I promise you. No more stuff a las escondidas. No more backroom deals. No more hidden anything. Anything. You will know it all. Hey, Joe, how's it going? Salcio family, thank you all for being here. Ruth, I think I'm catching up. Iglesia de Cristo, 1705 East Tyler Street. Let me know, inbox me, and I'll send y'all the address and how to get there, guys. Hey, Shayna! Thank you so much. And with that, I think we also have, hey, Ida. How's it going, Ida?
Good. How are you?
Good. Shayna, thank you so very much. Thank you for your help today. Everyone out there, guys, let me tell you, thank y'all so very much for your help. AOBE hosted a voters registration drive, and let me tell you, they said that they were making me work double just because I was I spent last week pledging allegiance to the flag. Frankie, good evening. How you doing, Frankie?
Good evening, Mesaida. How's it going, Jorge? Good evening, Erasmo. Hello, world. Happy Saturday. Um, yesterday I also received messages. It's pretty awesome whenever people, are wanting to be part of the show, wanting to listen on everything that's going on. So thank you for all those messages. They were very heartfelt. Just needed some time to reflect, take a step back, but glad to be back. Prayers for our family during this difficult time. Today we had an amazing event at the bowling alley this afternoon, and I have a confession. I
Oh
thought it was
my.
gonna be I thought it was gonna be hard to outdo last week's event, and I was scratching my head. I was thinking, you know what? I don't know. Are people gonna come, or was today the right day? Should we have waited to another day? But wow, it's amazing to see a community wanting to be part of a movement of change. Uh, Also, special shouts out to Bevel, to our friend Melanie, and their families for being part of this event. It was a great way for our community uh, to to hear them live. I thought that was pretty cool. They had several songs. Um, that they were singing for us. So all in all, it was a great event. I gotta hand it to AOBE. They pulled through. Our community pulled through, and it was just amazing. Car after car after car, and we had so many people, Jorge. So many people signed up to register to vote, and I think that's very important, and that says a lot. So I'm very honored to be part of this movement, and great. I'm thankful to be endorsed by the members and by the AOBE association. So all in all, Erasmo, it was a great day. Also, before I forget, I'm sorry I didn't start off with this. Happy birthday to Sophie Cisneros, my cousin. Happy birthday, Sophie. I love you so much, mija. Also, happy birthday to Haley. I met Haley this evening. She turned 6 today. So just want to wish Sophie and Haley a very happy birthday. Wishing you an amazing day, an amazing month, and God bless you and your family. So all in all, guys, it was a great day. Um, let's cap it off with an even better show.
And Shayna mentioned the billboard off the expressway. I sort of did a little teaser a couple of days ago and saying like, and the haters are going to say that it's Photoshop. And I even threw it out again this morning, and some people thought it was actually Photoshop. But
Oh, it's real.
but let me say, guys, Shayna mentioned I saw Erasmo sign. That is your sign, people. That is your sign. And something that Frankie mentioned is in regards to the movement, guys. None of this would be happening if it wasn't because of you. I think that our people have become tired of always being second best, tired of always, asking us the question, why is McAllen doing this? Why is Edinburgh doing this? Why do they get things? Why don't we get anything? You know, Ida alluded to it in one of the meetings in regards to Edinburgh and McAllen, and how it
McAllen
seems like a
admission.
McAllen mission, how they seem like a well-oiled machine. You know how they
Hmm.
move forward, they advance. They're proactive, guys, and that's what has happened to us in regards to everything. And not just, and we're sort of mentioning school because we're running for the school board. and for TSC, Jorge Luis Fuentes, candidate for TSC. But we mentioned the schools because that's what we're running for. But we're talking about a community as a whole, guys. The city of Brownsville has been stagnant for way too long, for way, way too long. And we look at McAllen and we go to the Comic Con. You know, I take my nephews to Comic Con every year. Every year we go to Comic Con. I don't dress up, but I dress up every other day of the year, but I don't dress up for Comic Con.
That's the only time you don't.
It's the only time I don't dress up with my flashy stuff. But
the day you should, you don't. When you don't have to, you do. It's like, oh my God. They're giving you an avenue, Erasmo, to.
Yeah, your opportunity.
I never dressed up for Comic Con, but then people say, you're always dressing up for everything else. Today I had my pink Reebok shoes. I actually still have them on, and people were going like, "Where the hell did you get those pink shoes?" But I love it, and I wear them during Breast Cancer Awareness Month because it is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and every single chance that I get. But what I'm trying to say, guys, is that they have Comic Con, they've got Papado, they've got all these restaurants. Anything that your heart may desire, they have. They have the mall. They've got the bakery shop with a chef called I don't remember his name. The Cake Boss. The Cake Boss. I still don't remember. Carlo.
Ándale, there you go.
Baker Carlo. Anyway, but and I know because I watch the Food Channel a lot. Rhoda. And best of luck to Mr. Jose Luis Fuentes. Amen, brother. No es Castro, es Contreras. Together we can. But they've prospered, they've grown, they work together. Mission, McAllen, other school districts, and we're stagnant. We're stagnant. So, and we've said it a couple of times today at the election. This election, because we are not only in it with the Port of Brownsville, but we're also in it with TSC. TSC is also on the same ballot. I mean, it's on the same ballot that you'll find my name. You'll find, because I know that y'all are going to go look for Erasmo Castro. It's great. But on the same ballot, you're going to find Jose Luis Fuentes running for place 1 at TSC. Remember the name, guys. Remember the name. And again, reach out to Jorge Luis Fuentes, and throughout these next couple of weeks that we're going to be starting early voting. And let him share with you his ideas, his platform in regards to what's going. And he'll be speaking tonight, of course. I hope, maybe. I don't know, sure. Anyway, but with that said, guys, this is the most important election for our community in the history of voting here. And I say that it may sound self-serving, but it really, really is. It really, really is, guys, because this compiled with coronavirus, with what we're going through with this worldwide pandemic, has caused a lot of our community to falter, to fail, and a lot of them to pass away. And a case in point, like my aunt did yesterday. So again, guys, we need leadership. We need individuals that are going to care about, to see about the health, the well-being, the livelihood, and the life of our people, of our community. I'm hoping that is. Jorge Luis, thanks for coming on, Jorge Luis. How have you been? How's campaigning? What are we going to see these next couple of weeks, bro?
Thank you, Erasmo. Good night. Good evening, Frankie, Ida, everyone. I'm really proud, like you've been saying, of the community, right? I feel like we've been coming together. This election is extra special. Typically, we don't get to have this many people in the community participate in all the positions that we're going to be filling at the local level. I know myself, I was selected at my work to be a voting ambassador. So we've been doing huge registration efforts, my organization as well. And, the county and the state across the board has been ramping up for this election season. And so I'm really proud of how we're coming together. like you were saying, a lot of our current leaders, they've been in office for a decade, going on 2 decades now, and they haven't really delivered, right? And so I think the community is ready to be asking for more. I think that's what we need. People who can go to the table and not be afraid to deliver and to ask for more. And we have a lot of promises we haven't kept, right? That our officials haven't kept. And I think it's time that everyone, the community has a seat at the table. And I'm really proud of all the work that's taking place out there.
Yeah, and a seat at the table is exactly one of the things that Frankie was mentioning today. While we were giving our little speech after Veronica Borrego introduced us, one of the things that we fight for, folks, is not a seat for ourselves. It's not Erasmo's seat. It's not Frankie's seat. It's not Jorge Luis Fuentes' seat. We are fighting for your seat, for our seat, the community seat. That's what we're fighting for, because you should be represented by each individual that sits on these boards. Each individual, you should have the opportunity to approach Frankie, Jorge Luis, myself, anyone, and ask them the questions, because something that has been lost along the way. And I know Jorge Luis's his opponent. They think that they're entitled to the seats. They think that those seats are theirs, and that they don't have to do anything but put up a couple of signs and get endorsements from their other political buddies. That's all they have to do. Guys, we deserve better than that. We deserve individuals that will listen to the community, individuals who will, get down and dirty. I mean, we joked about me actually working today at the AOB's event, but I mean, Ida's not going to let me lie. I'll go out there and I'll put stickers on cars. I'll jump on a truck if I have to. And I'll go out there and put up a sign. I mean, I put up most of my signs. Frankie didn't help me. I don't know why. But
I help.
I'll put up my signs, guys. And I made you a promise, folks. I made you a promise. No one in this race, no one in the TSC race, no one is going to work this campaign harder than me. I mean, I've already had one procedure, and last week I had a procedure on a surgery, on my tooth. And I had it the day before, and the next day I was out there in the hot sun against the recommendations of my doctor. My dentist said, do not be exposed to too much sun. I said, I don't know about that. We're running a damn campaign. And campaign takes work, guys. And I don't think, look, I'm going to put it this way, guys. No, never have our educators at BISD and at TSC, never have as our staff at BISD and at TSC, never have they ever worked harder than these past 6 to 9 months. Never in their life, in their career, because for them it's a career. They've never worked harder, guys, ever. So we're going to work hard. We're going to put boots to the ground.
Absolutely.
And because that's the type of candidate that you deserve. Not someone that's given everything. Not someone who has never struggled in their life. Not someone who believes that their campaign is a given, that they deserve to be there just because of their name or because they've been on there for 16, 18 years. No, guys. No, that's not the type of leadership that we need. We need leadership that will listen to the people, because it's about time that our boards serve the people and not be expecting the people to serve the board members. Ida?
Absolutely, I absolutely agree with you. And I do have to say that, like what Frankie was saying about, being worried at the beginning of the event, you always think like, oh my gosh, maybe it was too soon. But, we had to put it out there because it was the last opportunity to register people to vote. And so we had to take that risk. But it says a lot when you go 2 weekends in a row to have events, to register people to vote and to meet the candidates. And we were able to outdo last week. So that was really good, but it says a lot that the people are tired and they're ready for a change. These people, some of these people that were registering to vote, had been here for a while in the Brownsville community, but just didn't think it was important to register. So for them to come out on a Saturday to do that, for them to take time to come and meet the candidates and share their concerns of what's going on. And I will say that I was impressed with our endorsed candidates that were there today. Unfortunately, Coach couldn't be there. He had a family event out of town, so he wasn't able to make it. But you guys were all over the place, talking to people, getting to know people. I mean, we did have y'all running back and forth. And Frankie over here and Erasmo over here. And you guys never said no. You all were all over the place. So was Carlos. And so that was really good. It's amazing to see candidates like this working together. Because everybody knows that we need some change here. It's already gone on way too long. I mean, look at the time. It's 9:21. Members are still texting me right now with issues that they're having. Last minute changes yet again. Erasmo, I don't know if people have started to text you or message you guys about having to now report. Again, here we go, having to report to the workplace, to campus on Monday, and now start to work with and bring in the failing students. So now there's more face-to-face contact, more exposure. So they're administration is trying to blame that the students are failing because it's not face-to-face instruction. I mean, it's not that. I think a lot of it that we have to blame on is the hotspots that exceeded the data capacity 2 weeks in, the devices that were still not in, the back and forth, report to school, no, don't report to school, yes and no, and things like that. So, you know what? I think that impacted a lot of the grades and the failing that's going on, not the teachers. So why are we asking these teachers to report to campus on Monday because the students are failing? You know what? Let the teachers do their job, in peace. Let them be able to focus on what they need to do instead of, pack up that box and that home office and now unpack it again and back and forth. It's very upsetting, and they just think that that's what's going to help. You get them back in school, you have to follow all these safety protocols that is going to take away from instructional time. So how is that going to help?
It isn't. Well, it's very upsetting because yes, I mean we're hearing the complaints. But look, guys, and I think and Felix, real quick, the TSC race, the BISD race, is a nonpartisan race. All you have to do is look for Erasmo Castro, Frankie Olivo, Jorge Luis Cifuentes. It won't say Democrat. It won't say Republican. You tell your family to vote the name. Erasmo Castro, Frankie Olivo, Jorge Luis Cifuentes is here. We mentioned Carlos Olivo, Carlos Elizondo Melguizo. Do not vote for Minerva. Do not vote for Phil. Very, very simple, guys. Very, 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 very simple in these races. That is as clear as day. Do not let any incumbent come back. Where do you all stand? Again, guys, let me say, I think one of the things that our staff is really conflicted with is that, a lot of the people out there, a lot of my teachers, my educators, my paraprofessionals, they set up an area at home. They fixed up like this. I got a green screen here. I got a camera here. I got my umbrella. And let me tell you, looking this good isn't easy, guys. It takes a lot of, tuning up here and there, putting the light just right. It shines right here. It makes one side of my face a little bit darker, one lighter. It
so
hides
all
a lot of.
natural?
Well, it is, but this lighting else, it hides this. See, the darkness hides a little bit of my under chin down here. You see, it took some time, guys, to get to this perfection right here. And I say that because a lot of our teachers, man, I saw a lot of their classrooms that they built around their little studio at home. You know, now they're going to have to uproot that, take it back to campus after a resolution was passed by this stupid board, stupid corrupt board that said no one will be going on campus until it is scientifically proven that it is safe.
Scientifically safe.
It hasn't been proven to be scientifically safe, Frankie.
I may get in trouble for saying this, guys, but you know, it all starts at home. If and I probably will get in trouble, but if the parents aren't actively involved in a student's life, they won't have that motivation, that drive, that structure in order for them to complete the task at hand. It's always easy for the parents, the student, to blame the teacher. Now we have administration. Now we have the superintendent pretty much placing blame on the teachers, saying, hey, we're not getting the numbers. We're not getting the grades that we want. So now you have to suffer the consequences. You have to show up to school. You need to be here. Well, why is that? Again, we have 11 deaths that have been reported by the school district, if I'm not mistaken. Right now, we have one special education student that just passed away. Again, we see how the virus has done on the world stage and the U.S., but more importantly, here in the district. And that still does not give us pause for concern. On the contrary, we're saying, oh, the kids are failing, go back to class. It doesn't make sense. Again, it starts at home. And God bless the teachers. The teachers, now we see the great responsibility that they have. The teachers are, the parents at home are like, oh my God, teaching is hard. And, you know, more power to our teachers. They go through a lot, and we expect for them to go far and beyond for our students, and they do, and they always fulfill. But this time around, I hate to say it, but many parents let their child go to sleep in the wee hours at night and wake up with not a full 8-7 hours of sleep. And that messes up with a child's equilibrium, with their mental health, with them being prepared and things like that. Again, I'm not saying that's the case for everybody, but it starts at home. And I hate to say this, but if the guardian is not actively involved, is not the one that is motivating, encouraging, and doing everything possible to make sure that child is fulfilling with his academic assignments, we as parents, as guardians, we are failing the child, not the teacher. The teacher has a great responsibility, guys, and we understand it's not easy. Doing distance learning is very hard. And I've heard from teachers and students that said, hey, let's just go back. I've had it. But that's not the route we want to go because it's still not safe. So we should have a little bit more empathy for our teachers, a little bit more compassion. There's a lot of anxiety. There's a lot of depression, but it's not the teacher's fault. They should not be put in this situation because, in my opinion, it starts at home, and we as parents, as guardians, should do a better job of pushing and motivating our students.
Item. What is the most as a union, as an association, what is the most y'all could do to hold the district accountable? It's obvious that they are not following the plan, but nothing is being done to make them accountable.
That is actually an excellent statement there, because this past Thursday we did file a grievance against the district. We filed a class action grievance because it has to get to that point. We have been following all the steps along the way, everything, giving them the opportunity to fix these issues and concerns that we have brought to them. which we are bringing on behalf of the membership. We are not bringing them because it is me having an issue with Dr. Gutierrez and whatever, like he has made comments that, oh, that's just one person. No. And like I mentioned before, the petition of no confidence, which is at over 1,200 signatures, obviously shows it's a clear message that they do not have any confidence in his leadership ability as a superintendent of Brownsville. So with that being done, we are still moving forward on that. We're still pushing the petition for the vote of no confidence, but we had to file this grievance because of the timeline of September 10th, when he said that he was going to start bringing back more students. At that time, and you know, everything changes from day to day with Dr. Gutierrez and his leadership. At that time, he was saying special ed students were going to be coming back, and all of these different things that were he was going to say and that he said for that day. So we filed a grievance on Thursday. And basically what we are pointing out are the different, some of the different violations that we have caught in the district and the different remedies that we are seeking. Some of the few remedies out of, I believe it's 10 or 11 remedies that we're asking for is, of course, is the proper PPE for the employees that do have to report to the workplace, because we all have seen that our custodians, our maintenance people, and even all your other office staff and administration that is working, not everyone has proper PPE. Some do, and that's great. You know, awesome that some got some, but not everybody does. And then what we're asking for is also to allow the people that can work remotely to work remotely. That is one of the things that we have been asking from the beginning since this pandemic. And we have made it so clear of what we're asking for on this. And this remedy is, I mean, we practically are drawing it out for him. You know, we've told him, if you have 90 people in a building and 70 people can work remotely 100%, if they can complete their job remotely, then let's allow those people to work remotely, so the other 20 that have to be at the workplace because their work cannot be done any other way, then that way it allows those 20 to work in a safer environment. And we have been asking this from the beginning, and he doesn't budge on it. So that is one of the things that we're asking for, is allow the people that can work remotely and complete their job to work remotely. Another thing that we're asking for, and of course it's one that you've heard us mention, is about the clear written communication. We are asking him to clearly communicate in writing with all employees. This thing about it being just in administrators' meetings is not working. This is why we're at this level that we're at right now, because of the miscommunication and misinformation that is going out. And some of them, we all know, comes out from current board members that are holding seats up there, because they post information that is not completely correct. So, you know, be it that they want to look better because they're up for re-election, whatever the case might be, but they're posting things that are not true. Because they say one thing and people think, oh, well, they're a board member, they're a current board member, they should know. And then that is not what is going on at the campuses or the departments. So that's what's causing a lot of the confusion. So the question was, what can we do? This is what we're doing. And this is what we did. We filed the grievance and we're starting that process. And I mean, we're ready to go as far as we have to on this. But, you know, we're close to the election. You know, we hope enough people are going to get involved to bring about the change that we need. But we could not wait any longer, and we had to start the process on this because we need to see what change we can bring, and if we can bring it now.
Well, in regards to the grievance, I guess I mean it's I guess I have no words. I mean, one of the things that I
What?
did. Well, yeah, one of the things that I did mention during the forum that we had was, we shouldn't let things get to this. You shouldn't have these actions taken by associations, by individuals out there. It shouldn't happen, man. One of the things that we're talking about was in regards to, how parents need to become involved. There needs to be a little bit more assistance from parents in regards to assignments being done by the students. What we've been saying for months now, guys, we're going through something that has never been seen in the history of the world. We're going through a pandemic that has affected presidents and paupers at the same time, guys. Guys, we have to work together. And unfortunately, for a lot of us, this we got to work together are little catchy phrases that people that should never even be running for office constantly use. They have no concept or clue what that actually means. But parents need to work together with our teachers and and make sure that our students are turning in the assignments or working together. There has to be that cooperation. With that said, unions need to have the confidence to be able to work together with our administration. So whereas we don't have to go these routes, we don't have to file resolutions, we don't have to file grievances, we don't have to be constantly knocking at the guy's door trying to get a response when they refuse to answer a phone call, refuse to answer an email. Is that we need something a little bit different. Jorge, what's your take on the situation in regards to distance learning?
Yeah, our leadership needs to be doing a better job, right? This back and forth is placing a huge burden on students and an even bigger challenge on teachers. I commend Frankie for speaking on that truth because it's very accurate, right? As a as a candidate for the college, one of those big topics is making sure that our district is graduating college ready students.
Amen.
And it's been challenging since last year for the seniors that graduated and even current students. Um, the only thing we can ask and expect from the leadership is for them to be able to deliver, right, the resources that our students need, the resources that our teachers need in a safe manner. It's unfortunate that the lack of communication that exists right now comes from just lack of professionalism, right? And that comes from the top. And this is the time, I feel, for our community to take our voice back, right? For us to be able to advocate for our interests, because a lot of our current elected officials, that they're not beholden to the community, right? And so we need constituents that are representatives that are, accountable to our constituents, to our neighbors, to our parents, to our brothers, and we need to do this together, right? So parents need to be invested the same way teachers are invested, and we need to give our students the resources so that they can learn to be invested as well.
Well, 100%. And, it goes back to the same mantra. Look, guys, that's what community is all about. Community is all of us seeing a situation, a difficult situation, and all of us, doing our part to come out of the situation. And I'll say something that Jorge, and Frankie are going to have no clue about. Does everyone remember La Tienda Amigo? Does anyone remember La Tienda Amigo here in downtown Brownsville? Frankie and Jorge are too young. They're youngins. But La Tienda Amigo collapsed after it rained here in the city. No?
I'm not youngin',
Well, you're not going to know about the Tienda Amigo either, are you?
but
No?
I'm not a youngin' enough.
Well, you're youngin too. I'm the only one that knows about these things back in the old days. Back in them there days. When we used to buy gasoline for a nickel. Back when we got milk in glass. Delivered by a milkman in the Hygeia truck. Back in the day, guys, we had La Tienda Amigo collapse here downtown. I mean, it was a mega disaster. Remember? Yes, I remember La Tienda Amigo. It collapsed. It did. It collapsed after a little bit of rain. It rain accumulated on top of the roof, and it just came tumbling down. But do you remember how united it was back in 1989? Do you remember how united our community was? I mean, even individuals from Matamoros were crossing over. I think the fire department from Matamoros was on, coming over and helping out. And I mean, they weren't even checking their paper. Not that they come and help. They came and helped, and the community came together and digging through the rubble, guys. We were out there digging through the rubble, trying to find individuals, trying to help anyone out there. Tell me, it's kind of we're like in a uh, global wide tienda amigo, you know, a worldwide tienda amigo, guys. I mean, the ceilings has fallen on top of us. The ceiling has fallen on top of us. It's time for all of us to work together and to bring in people from anywhere, everywhere to dig anyone that might have survived, out of the rubble. And look it up, tienda amigo. We had milk delivered in glass bottles. I know. That's why I remember. One United Front. Yeah, it was One United Front, guys. It was a beautiful thing, beautiful articles in the newspaper. I think it made national news as well. Guys, that's what we need. And this community needs it now more than ever before. Because I'm sorry, guys, our our staff going back onto campus are like sheep going into slaughter. And look, and call this self-serving, guys. Call this self-serving. But I don't want any other of my aunts and uncles to die. You know, I don't. And the way that my aunts and uncles and my nephews and nieces and my mom and dad are not going to die is if no one goes up back on campus. That's the way. If no one goes back on campus, that is the way my family is going to stay alive a little bit longer. My aunts, my uncles, my tios, my primos, everyone. Because we're all in this together, folks. And what affects the district, it affects every single one of us here in the community. Because, we can mention the 40,000 students, 39,000 now that they've continued to lose students. We can mention the 6,600 staff members. But indirectly, we're talking about every single individual here in our community, not only Brownsville, guys. Because the individuals that sit in our district, that sit on IDEA, Jubilee, St. Joe, the students, and all these people together, we are all impacted one way, shape, form, or other. And for us to have an outbreak just because there is no plan, guys, there never was a plan. Because we have individuals who are focused more on their paycheck, their $418,000 paycheck. We have a corrupt board attorney that makes $325,000. We have two deputy superintendents that make over $200,000. We have area superintendents, assistant superintendents that make over $175,000. 7 of them, because they're concerned about their paycheck. You're going to put another one of my aunts and uncles in life's in harm's way? No, guys. Call it self-serving if you want. I don't want one more death in the city of Brownsville. I don't want one more death in the city of Brownsville. I'll say it this way. I don't want one more death at BISD. I don't want one more death at TSC. Not one more person falling prey to coronavirus, because it kills, it maims, it decimates families. So no more, no más. So I will make you a promise again. Make this campaign your campaign. Make this election your election, because it is. Your health, your well-being, your livelihood. God help us, your life. It depends on it. It depends on it. That's why this race You have to make it yours. You have to go out and vote. You have to take your cousins, your primos, your neighbors. You have to take them because this is about you. Because we all live under the Tienda Amigo roof here in this community. And the ceiling is falling. And it's falling over me. It's falling over Ida, over Jorge Luis, over Frankie. It's falling over you. It's time. Frankie.
Many teachers are worried of this, and I would dare call it a threat, of this threat of having to go back. Many have underlying conditions. What guarantee do we have for them that they will not contract this virus? Again, I'm probably repeating it over and over again, but we've had positive cases when there were minimal amount of people throughout the district. On Price Road, the Glass Palace, how many people turned out positive when they had minimal staff? Custodians, our FNS workers, they didn't have that much contact with people, but yet they turned out positive. I want to challenge the school board members. Take action, take leadership. Again, I don't believe in micromanaging. I'm a big proponent of letting an individual do their job. But whenever they are doing something against the recommendations, against putting people in harm's way, that's when we need to take action. That's when we need to come up and say, hey, you know what? I'm not for this. I'm not going to allow this to happen. Again, we have heard time and time again throughout this campaign how current board members who are running for office have said, oh, safety, 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 safety. Where are this on this stance? Are they for continuing distant learning? Will they put a stop to this? Have they reached out to the superintendent to see, hey, you know what's going on here? What can we do to better serve our teachers? What communication has been done? Again, the only communication that we get is from emails and the two deputy superintendents. We need to have more dialogue from our superintendent. So it really ticks me off whenever we place the blame on teachers and we say, oh, it's all your fault. We have to do a better job as parents, as administration, as a superintendent to work better with our teachers and not threaten them, because that's the easy way out, guys, to say, oh, you're failing, you're going to show up. It's like, really? Do we really want to go that route? If we want to solve a problem, we have to figure out what that problem is. We just don't automatically rush to conclusions. And right now is not the right time to send anybody back into campus, not teachers. So again, I take personal offense to this, guys, because I see this as a threat. Oh, you're not getting the numbers? You're going to go back. Really? Again, the July agenda item, which states that we will not go back until it's scientifically proven. Our governor said that we're a hot spot. It's not safe. Hidalgo County numbers are increasing. The deaths are rising, but yet we're threatening our teachers to go back. That's not the right way to go. It shows lack of leadership. It just a lack of empathy. We're going through a pandemic, and what we want to do is we want to put our teachers, our employees, our staff in harm's way. You kind of think it's a joke, like if they're playing or something, but they're serious, and that's the sad part. We're dealing with a pandemic, and they're putting our employees in harm's way.
Well, it makes no sense whatsoever. It makes no sense whatsoever. And Frankie mentioned it. With few folks on campus, guys. With few folks on campus, the numbers are horrible. The number of schools that have been shut down, 16 of our schools have been shut down. with minimal staff, minimal individuals on campus? What's going to happen after Monday, after all these people, all these kids start coming onto campus? I mean, I'm not good at math. Jorge Luis is. I'm not good at math. So with this little amount, we've had this. What's going to happen when we get this onto campus?
Exactly. It makes no sense. It makes no sense. It's so upsetting. And you think, you know, I mean, are they thinking? Are they in their right mind? Have they already like completely lost it? Because it makes absolutely no sense. We've seen it upstate in other areas, other states where they're having more people face to face. You're seeing the
Right.
numbers, you know, increasing so rapidly. And it's something that Frankie said about rushing to conclusions and whatever. They've been doing this since this whole pandemic started. But the thing that they don't realize is when they change from this to this and then back to this and then no, now we're going to try this, they don't realize all the people it is impacting below, all the staff, all the students, the families, the parents, everything like that. They don't realize what it's doing to them. And it makes absolutely no sense to bring all of these students that are failing and the teachers. So that's going to be, you know, there's going to be some in every single class. So that would be every teacher now. When we just finished fighting that battle to let the teachers work from home that have 0 students or 1 or 2 students, you know, let's transfer them, even though it's not rocket science, you know, but hey, let's transfer them over here to another teacher so that teacher can go back and work where they're already have a full setup and stuff and focus on the rest of the students they have in the class. But no, of course not. So we just finally got that settled, and now here we go. Now they're back to the classroom because the students are failing. They're failing because of the lack of leadership from the top, that they don't know what they're doing. I mean, it's straight out that they do not know what they're doing from the top. They're not researching, some of these things. Guys, there's other districts that have done this already. Why are we going to do this and try it? We're not gonna get different results. It just makes absolutely no sense. And it's just very upsetting. And yes, it's upsetting also that the other associations endorse the people that are supporting these decisions. So you're saying that the decisions that the superintendent is making and the current board is allowing him to make is okay. Everything is okay or perfect. That we want some more leadership like that. We need 4 more years of that.
Right here.
I mean, come on. It's
Let me-
absolutely
let me
crazy.
say something. Look, as self-serving as this may sound, guys, what Ida says is true. My opponent, Frankie's opponent, Carlos' opponent, I mean, Minerva Peña, flip-flopping Philip, they're applauding the superintendent. They went on there to say what an excellent job the superintendent was doing. It's in the paper. I'm not making this up. You want me to prove to you that they approve of everything the superintendent is doing? Easy. They gave him a year's extension to his contract and a freaking $18,000, $13,000 raise. That's how I can prove to you that they approve of everything. My opponent couldn't even say one bad thing about what the superintendent had been doing for the past 6 months. Not one damn thing. Nothing. Have you even heard Frankie's opponent speak? She can't. She can't. And she's out there with Minerva Peña and Lil Eddie everywhere, applauding. Look, guys, I'm going to give you another more proof. the President of the United States, the most powerful man in the world, the President of the United freaking States, a billionaire, all the resources in the world, has the football in his bottom drawer. The football. And I'm not talking about NFL football. You know what I'm talking about. That guy could press a button and nuke Russia if he wanted to. I've seen it. The bottom drawer. Under the Snickers. The most powerful man in the world contracted coronavirus. Do you think your kid is going to be safe with faulty plexiglass? With stickers on the piso to tell them where to go, where to come? With expired, look guys, I have it right here. Expired PPE. It's right here. Expired PPE for the students. It says Handy hands for kids. This came from our schools. You think they're going to keep them safe? They're not. They're not going to keep your children safe, parents. They can't. They don't care. They're not going to keep our teachers, our counselors, our diagnosticians, our office staff. No one safe. They can't. They don't care. But they have the same mentality. Just like President Trump. They thought it's going to dissipate in 3 weeks. The heat is going to eradicate it. It's going to go. It's not going to exist anymore. Number, it's like the flu. Have you heard that before? Minerva Peña says it all the damn time. Philip Cowan, Little Eddie. No, President Trump is right. It's going to disappear. It's not true. It's a hoax. Minerva Peña, Little Eddie. Flip-flopping Philip. It's a hoax. Jorge?
Yeah, it's really frustrating, right? The district had ample time to make our schools COVID proof, right? They had plenty of time to get rid of the desks. They have plenty of time to trickle students back in. Our one school doesn't look the same from another, right? The lack of cooperation, the lack of communication from the top down, we're holding back our own talent, right? We're holding back our teachers, we're holding back our staff when we don't bring them into the conversation, to the table, to make sure that everyone, that we can deliver to everyone's needs, right? And this should have been, there's no systemic way to guarantee that we can deliver the same quality education from one school to the next. And the school needs to be more critical about how they do that, right? It's unfortunate that these, the leadership right now, their decision making is leading to what seems like the worst possible outcomes, right? And that's sad. I think I'm all in favor of experimentation, but we need to do that in a way that we can replicate, success. And right now they haven't demonstrated that, and it's hard to have any trust in the leadership as is.
I like Jennifer's statement. Guys, when people treat you like they don't care, they don't. Believe them.
They have made it clear.
Frankie?
Again, since back in March, they haven't done the necessary, or they haven't taken the necessary steps in order for our community to feel secure. Everything that they've done with the understanding that we are going to go back sooner rather than later. We haven't prepared for it. And one thing that kind of keeps on coming up is I'm going to throw it out very quickly. Recently, the school board, they went before the city commission, wanting for the city to come through and provide them with the city with Wi-Fi. But if we go back, they spend millions of dollars on expired PPPs, on tablets, on everything. They made a multi-million-dollar purchases, which were necessary. But why didn't we go to the city at the very beginning and say, hey, look, we have this idea. We want to see how much you can help with. Can you do 30%? Can you do 40%? Maybe can we go half, 50% of setting up Wi-Fi? Instead, we spent all the money first. And then we came back to them and said, all right, well, what can you help us with? And the city, again, saw past the smoke screens and said, hey, well, what have you done? Do you have the additional 4 weeks from TEA? Has it been approved? What, tell us where y'all stand on this. So again, it's bad timing. It's no preparation at all. We have been winging it since day one. And I hate to say this, but what do we expect? Preparation is the key in life. We need to be prepared for everything. And when we don't, that's when we see the outcomes, the ramifications of our lack of preparation. So our district has done a great disservice, not just to our district, but to our community as a whole. And now it finally is daunting on them because they don't know what to do. They're threatening our teachers to go back. Is it safe to go back? It's not. So again, we have come to the realization, and I'm sure our community is frustrated. Our employees have had enough with this board and with this leadership. The only way we could change it, guys, is through our through the ballot box, voting for individuals that will listen and adhere to the recommendations of our doctors, of our medical professionals, so they can let us know when it's safe to go back. So we could make sure that the safety and well-being of all our community is our number one concern. And other candidates have said it, but it's easy to talk. Actions speak louder than words. And that's something that we will bring November the 3rd.
Yeah, after November the 3rd, folks, everything changes. And I love Jack in the Box. It's amazing.
Hey, we need to have them sponsor us or something.
Yes,
I know.
Well,
that's where the victory party is going to be at.
Oh, yeah.
call me corporate. We do a lot of joking around and stuff, but let me tell you, there's nothing to laugh about in regards to coronavirus. There's nothing funny about it, really. And hey, guys, we need something different. And look, some people were saying, that Frankie, he has that sports talk show. I don't know. Frankie has a sports show y que que no se rasura la barba.
A lot of talk on Frankie.
And he looks horrible. No, they tell me this all the time. I say, look, guys, what you have right now and what you've had for decades has not worked. It's just that simple. I mean, it hasn't worked. The system here does not work. That is why I applaud Jorge Luis Fuentes for running for TSC board. Because every little board out there must ultimately affect the whole. The TSC board, the port board, comisionados del puerto, no del puerco, comisionados del puerto, the BISD board, the city commission, they all must affect positively the community as a whole. So for individuals to be in office as long as Jorge Luis's opponent and just saying, well, my little neck of the woods is okay, it's not enough. It's not enough. What positive change have they brought to this community? And I dare say none. Zero. Zip. It hasn't been working, guys. We're still stagnant in the city of Brownsville. Stagnant. It's time for change. It's time for something different. It's time for Jose Luis Fuentes to be your next TSC board trustee. time for Erasmo once again to continue to look pretty, to continue to look handsome, and totally not fat. No, guys, it's time. What you've had hasn't worked. I mean, how much more worse do you think it could get, guys? Honestly, try something different. You just might like it. I'll give you an example. Did anyone ever try those uh, guacamole takis? I thought they looked gross. Guacamole takis. And you look at them, you're like, those look gross. Why would they be in a white bag? Those guacamole takis. But let me tell you guys, I said, the damn bag. I opened the damn bag of avocado takis. They were good. They are good. Don't eat up all the avocado takis because I still want to get to Walmart tonight and get some. But guys, try something different. Try it. You might like it. Like avocado takis. They're awesome. But Jack in the Box, ooh.
Dios mío. Puro food scenario.
Ida, anything else? Anything else in regards to the grievance that you want to share with us tonight?
It's been too long of a day. I'm sorry. Well, actually, there was a comment that you put up there that Nelda had made about fact checking. Sorry, and that is that is so true because they tend to say a lot of things at the board meetings. I don't know if y'all have noticed. They'll say, "Oh, the teachers are really supporting this, and the teachers are, excited to get this and this and that. And these devices that we're buying are going to be, so user friendly. All these different things." No, not that comment. It was another comment that she had made. All these things, and the board goes and follows and believes every word that they say, and it's not true. And that's really, really sad because, the board should be able to be approachable where these employees can reach out to them and say, you know what, we're having this issue with this over here. It's not working and all of that. But they go just on the word of whatever they present. And it's not true. And they don't find out how bad it really is out there at the campuses, the issues that the employees are having and stuff. And that's just, it's really sad. I mean, I feel like, the voices of the employees are not being heard by these people and stuff. And they're there to serve these people, and they're not doing that. And it's just getting worse and worse. And it's heartbreaking that we're losing teachers, we're losing employees because they'd rather leave the district than risk their lives at this. And they know it's not safe to return. And now it's just going to get a whole lot worse. If somehow we are not able to stop this from here to Monday, that's not a good thing. It's not a good thing at all.
Well, I'm glad that Ida's in agreement with me in regards to walkie-talkies.
Yes.
Jorge, we had a question for you, Jorge, and we'll let you answer this, and then we'll do final words. And tomorrow night we'll have Carlos Elizondo on, and we'll talk about the item on the agenda to remove the board attorney again, but was taken off the agenda by Little Eddie and by Prissy Roca-Tipton. So we'll have that tomorrow. We'll go over the agenda tomorrow. But I'll let Jorge, you had a question.
Yeah, thank you for that question, Nelda. Definitely one of the big focuses for the campus is from day one, trying to modernize their IT infrastructure, right? This topic has come up in board meetings multiple times. They haven't made, the school's been a little very slow, actually. Modernization that should have taken place 5-10 years ago, right? As far as like their data management goes. So that's definitely a huge one as far as, all the IT infrastructure in the school. Another point for our platform, a huge point, is completion, right? The school should be improving their 4 and 6 year graduation rates, because if they're not, if half of these students that are enrolling aren't finishing, then half of the resources that the school is, spending year to year aren't contributing to any success, right? And so we need to focus on initiatives that drive student completion and that lower, the cost of operations. And lastly, to be able to deliver that with a reliable infrastructure. So those are definitely 3 big themes that our campaign and our platform wants to address once we get on the board, definitely.
Awesome. And again, I've known Jorge Luis for a while now. I actually had coffee in Austin, Texas one day, and had a long, long conversation. I'm going to say many, many years ago. And so I'm very proud that Jorge Luis is running for office here in the city of Brownsville. So again, guys, reach out to Jorge Luis and ask him about his platform. Ask him where he stands in regards to different issues. Get to know him. Maybe you could even have coffee with him. Maybe not.
Please reach out. Yeah, definitely.
Awesome. Frankie, last words?
All in all, it was a great Saturday. The AOB event was another success. Great showing from our community. Again, I doubted, and I hate to say this, I doubted the outcome of it. I was scratching my head and saying, man, are people going to show up? But a lot more people showed up. A lot more people registered to vote. We had great interactions with friends, with new people. It was just very rewarding to see brand new people come up and say, "Hey, I watched you on the show. We support you." This campaign, as Mr. Jorge Cifuentes could attest to, is very hard. I myself have been through highs and lows emotionally, but it's very rewarding whenever people come and say, "Hey, you know what? I like what you're doing. Continue on. Fight the good fight. We're standing behind you." And it's amazing. It's very humbling and very rewarding to have that have that known in this campaign. So it was an awesome event. I really appreciate Mr. Bevel, Alejandro, and Melanie for being out there. Again, it was very important for our community to support and see the amazing talent that we have here in Brownsville, Texas. So all in all, it was a great Saturday, guys. I'm looking forward to early voting on the 13th, and even more so for Election Day on November the 3rd. Thank you so much for your time. You have a good night. Happy Saturday.
And in regards to Frankie's comment, in regards to I don't know if we should have it this. Was I right? Or was I right? I'm always right, guys. I'm so right that I'm going to say that we should probably have another event next Saturday. And guess what? We just are going to have another event next Saturday, I'm sure. Miss Ida?
I'm sure there will be. If the community demands it, if the members demand it, hey, why not? We need to take advantage of every opportunity to talk to the different members of the community, get to know the people, get to hear the concerns. They don't feel they're being heard, and it's unfortunate when it gets to that point. And so we will see what event we will have this coming Saturday.
Woo! Awesome. Mr. Cifuente, one more question for you.
Absolutely. Thank you for that question. I think one of the things that the college can do is try to establish better relationships with our local, middle schools and high schools. One, two, to diversify their current departments and those offerings that they have. And the earlier that we can get students involved, and I'm speaking beyond dual enrollment, right? I myself did a lot of leadership building, during my middle school, high school, a lot of programs that I went, out of Brownsville for, out of state for, that I feel like TSC should be offering those same types of experiences and opportunities to our kids, right? To be able to show them that this is a college that you can go to for, career development and also for academic development, right? And I think, the earlier that we can engage them to participate and become invested in higher education, the quicker they're going to be able to extract that value out of our local institutions, be it BISD, TSC, to be able to accomplish, their personal and professional goals. And it's important, right? We need a talented community to be able to attract the type of economic development that we're hoping to see here in Brownsville and in the Valley.
Well, thank you, Mr. Cervantes. Ida, last words.
Oh, I thought I had already done them. I forgot.
Oh,
Sorry.
that's fine.
No. I think that, again, I ask the people to continue to hold on, but not to get comfortable. We need everybody to step up, to take action. The change is not going to come automatically. The change is not going to come just because you're speaking up here or you're reaching out to us. It's going to take all of us to be able to bring about this change that we need. So we ask that, everybody start to get organized. Everybody start to make your list of who it is that you're going to make sure is going to go vote for this change that we need. And I don't know if we said it here, but we have 4 endorsed candidates that AOBE is strongly pushing for, because that is what our membership voted for. And so we're going to continue to push hard for each one, which would be Mr. Frankie Olivo, Mr. Erasmo Castro, Coach Joe Rodriguez, and Carlos Elizondo. And that is what our membership specifically voted for, what came out ahead. And we need to now do the next step that is required, which is take people to go vote and make sure they go vote and follow up on them. You don't just take their word for it. There's going to be a way to be able to follow up. And we're going to be having that on our website as to who went to vote for that day. So you can look it up there. And so there's no excuse of not making sure these people go out to vote. And because the district has made it clear that safety, the employee safety, is not a priority, and neither is the students. And to be putting them at risk, requiring them to come back on Monday, is beyond crazy. So we need to show them. Monday?
Great.
Oh, okay. I was like, yeah, my time's up. So, so anyway, I ask everybody to please, do what you need to do. Start getting organized. Start making your list. Okay, guys, early voting is right around the corner, and we need to get these people elected. Okay, thank you.
Guys, I was not planning to come to the office tomorrow, Sunday. I was actually planning to take some time off.
Again.
But, some time off in the afternoon, like to maybe take a nap, something that I haven't done in a while. But the situation is too dire. As that I will be at the office tomorrow to distribute N95 masks. for anyone going back on campus. Any teacher, any counselor, any office staff, anyone at the main office, anyone, be it BISD, be it charter school, be it private school, St. Joe, I don't care. I want you safe. I want you to be safe. Because you are safe, my tia and my tío are safe. My mom and my dad are safe. My family is safe. So, again, I will be at my office tomorrow after 2 o'clock from 2 to 5. Stop by and pick up some cookies, some damn cookies, and pick up some N95 masks. Protect yourself because they don't care. This superintendent and his Edinburgh buddies, this corrupt board majority, Minerva Peña, Philip Cowan, Little Eddie, they don't care. My opponent, Frankie's opponent, they don't care. Have a great Saturday evening, guys. I already got some Jack in the Box, so I'm not going to be doing the Jack in the Box, guys. Please don't count me absent over there. We'll see you here tomorrow night at 9 p.m. We'll have Mr. Carlos Elizondo. We'll talk about the board agenda. If anything else arises, we'll ask anybody else that wants to come in as well. Tomorrow morning, 10 o'clock, come join us for worship. 1705 East Tyler Street. Send me an inbox. I'll send you the address. Guys, please continue to be good to each other. And please continue to be good to me. God bless.